Good morning. Been reading and trying to catch up, double checking information and facts. The challenge with trying to find out who you're dealing with is when they're not using their legal names. And that happens a lot in politics. There are a lot of people amongst our acquaintance in the progressive political community who are not using their real names. My house guest is one of those people. So we're trying to do a deeper dive to figure out who she actually is, because she's not using her real name. She's not using her real name, you guys. So the information we pulled up the other day was for somebody who actually has that name. It's not the same person. So we're trying to figure this out. We're trying to figure out who the hell is she and what is she about? Because wow, there's a lot of bad actors in politics. I mean, like I said on some of my other live streams, that when I first started volunteering in politics, I was surprised at how much my I had, the idea in my head that pretty much everybody in politics is greasy and dirty and deceptive and, that it's really slimy. It is. I've never been so surprised to be right as what I've seen in politics over the last 4.5 years. Just amazing. And you can't trust anybody. You really can't trust anybody because everybody's got their own motivations, their own goals, their own end goals for what they're trying to accomplish. Some people are sincere, other people are not. I think I'm doing a fairly decent job of weeding out the insincerity and figuring out like who's real and who's faking us. Wow. So that's not her real name, you guys. That's not her real name. And actually, I've kind of known this for a couple of weeks that she's using a different name because there was a point at which she had to pull out identification to make a purchase, and it had a different last name. There's a different last name there. And that last name is different than her son's last name, too. He's got a different last name as well. So there's all kinds of names floating around. There's a bunch of different names floating around on this scenario. Trying to figure out what to do with that room. I know the sheriff said don't touch anything, but I think that I should be able to have my living space back, so I might just put everything in trash bags and stick it in the garage. I might just do that. Because I want to bring in like a cleaning crew. And I think I have the right to do that. This is some nonsense. Especially because I was completely lied to about everything and my property got damaged. Wow. Just wow. This is, by the way, this is my real name. I am really Jenna Beck. It's my real name. But, I mean, think about, like, how many people you've got on your friends list who are using fake names. The dude stalking me, as far as I know, that's not, the name he's got on his profile right now is not his real name. At least it wasn't when he tried to sue me, when he tried to put a slap TRO against me in March. That is not the name he used to file that paperwork. That's not the name. He said he was in the process of changing his name legally to the other name, but based on how obsessed he was with me still, like, over 6 months after he supposedly got married, seems to me that if you enter a marriage on that foundation, your marriage probably won't last very long. But that's just my personal opinion. There's other people who use fake names amongst our acquaintance. And there was a time when some folks who I'm assuming they're using their real names right now changed their names on social media on purpose, despite the fact that they were elected delegates to the Democratic State Party. And if you're an elected delegate, then you should be honest about who you are because you're representing your community. You're a voice for your community. So if you're making political statements in regards to how, you know, how you feel about certain issues, topics, or candidates, then yeah, that should be available to your constituency, because you do have a constituency. 2 cents. Every day there's something, you know, more intelligence, more things to learn, more things to learn. We're gonna get to the bottom of this and figure out like what is really going on. But it's a fake name. It's not. I don't know if maybe it was like a married name at some point, or a maiden name, or I don't know. But it's a fake name. It's not her legal name.